WRC season 2025 so far. 13 events, 245 stages, more than 4,000 kilometres. One manufacturer crowned champions, 3 men left to fight it out for the Drivers' Championship. And that will be decided in the final event, the all-new Rally Saudi Arabia.
11 long months and we are finally here. The final showdown in Saudi Arabia is about to begin. The adventure that will decide who is our world champion for 2025. Well, welcome along to this evening's proceedings. Myself and Molly Pettit will be with you as things get underway, and then Molly is going to head to a stage. So Molly, welcome. What a week it's been so far already, but the first stage gets underway tonight. It's exciting times.
Very much so. I mean, what a buzz here this evening. Coming into this area as well, you can see all the lights in the sky and big queues forming on the motorway just outside of here. So a busy evening for all of us as we've got the opening ceremony, and like you said, I'll be at the end of stage 1, which is an opening super special and something quite different to what we're going to see for the rest of the week.
Yeah, exactly. Something quite different, but all important as well. This showdown is upon us. Now, there is 3 points separating Elfyn Evans and Sebastian Ogier, 24 points separating Elfyn Evans and Kalle Rovanperä. Those 3 men could easily get this, because this weekend is so difficult. Expect the unexpected. Expect so much drama. Expect rocks, boulders and adventure. It's tough out there. You saw Shakedown today. That's going to turn into, in parts, the power stage. It's wild.
I think everyone should just stay tuned to whatever device they're watching this rally from, because everything and anything will happen out there. You know, we're seeing different surfaces. We're seeing rocks that have been there on the recce that are going to get moved, you know, as cars go past. There's so many unknowns for all of these drivers. And to put on top of the already huge challenge that this is, we have 34 plus degrees every day. You know, on Shakedown today, they were working on trying to, you know, looking at solutions to stay cool in the car, wearing the cool vests. Some of them have these vents coming out of the helmets, you know, anything to try and also cool the driver and co-driver down in there.
It's just another element of this ferocious rally that we're going to see. You can see just some examples of what Shakedown was like earlier on. Well, to give you an idea of what's happening, Molly's exactly right. The lights and the show behind us will have a national anthem. We're going to have Prince Khalid as well, doing a speech behind us. And then, as you said, all of the cars. That's sort of the ceremonial start, the procession. And then the real business does get going tonight. They're going to go on 2 laps of the Super Special as well. So there's quite a lot to contend with.
Yeah, and it's on tarmac, you know, with gravel tires, and, you know, they can have a bit of fun with it, throw it around. And, you know, it's for the fans, you know, they can get up close and personal, because I was out there today. It is not easy to get to these stages. It's so wild. You know, we're out there in 4x4s, you know, it's proper off-road driving to get to these stages. So fantastic for all these fans to see both the opening ceremony and stage 1.
It is going to be such a big adventure. Well, you've heard what we think. Let's have a listen to what the drivers think about this weekend.
It's going to be quite a special event, we think. The roads probably will be something, let's say, not so usual ones, what we haven't seen before.
From what we hear, let's say on the grapevine, it could be a tough event. It could be quite rocky. Obviously, it's in the desert, but I believe the roads are aligned with rocks, let's say, so it could end up being a bit of a lottery.
I've watched a couple of onboards from similar rally in the area, and it can be like rough, some big stones, going a bit uphill in the mountain and so on, or it can be just like the desert.
I'm very excited to go there. I've never been racing in any of those countries in the Middle East, so it will be pretty new for me.
I think the unknown. Everyone's on a level playing field, same boat. Not much preparation you could do before it, which, yeah, we've been in that position many times this season, so it's kind of a leveler.
Especially when you go to compete, you have high stakes, you don't really like going in the unknown.
The drivers working on limited information until they do the pre-event recce, so they'll be eager to hear from team members who have seen these stages, including Toyota's Juho Hänninen, who competed in the Middle Eastern Championship event earlier this year, finishing second.
Yeah, it was quite a big challenge, let's say, so different what I've seen before, and mainly like how many different kind of character of the stages there were and roads, and it was changing in one stage. So let's say in the beginning you had a really nice hard base, fast road, and then you turn up on the desert and there's absolutely nothing.
What kind of setup are we looking at? Can you spec ride heights, or is it, what are we looking at?
For sure in the desert it's so soft, so you need to be really high, but at the same time some roads are hard base, so you need some, you know, stability over there as well. And then again, some really rough sections where you need the protection and need to be from that side a bit stiff. So for sure it will be a compromise at the end.
For sure it's something that we never face in WRC. We can expect rough event. The temperatures will be also high and will be a big impact on the reliability, and mainly on the tires. That will be the main key of the rally for me. It will be so easy to have a puncture because there is rocks everywhere. It's very rocky. Even the roads are defined, but rocks on the sides. So as soon as you are 10 centimeters out of the line, you have the rocks, and it's easy to have a puncture for sure.
What made it even more difficult, there was still some small crest which was a bit like a hidden, and then suddenly after that, even you don't see anything, it's 90-degree junction or something. So that's gonna be one of the trickiest things, you know, to find out the braking points and find out the corners and correct, you know, distancing.
Out in the desert, I don't know how easy it's going to be to read the road, you know, to see the road in front of us.
This is quite, I think, the most difficult, the biggest challenge of the rally. We'll discover more after the wiki, but for sure, if it's flat roads, there is no marks, no whipper on your view, so you can only trust the pace note.
It's difficult to judge where to brake, how bad it's going to be kicking or stuff like this. Maybe we will have some things with the glasses again, like in Sweden. I don't know. Maybe that's something to look for to get more contrast. I don't know. I think in Dakar they are playing a lot with the yellow visor as well.
Heat will be definitely a big challenge. It's still expect to be around, I would say, 30 to 35 degrees, and maybe more. Seat cooling, helmet cooling, lots of hydration, good nutrition plan, and lots of liquid in the car. That's the main things you look out for it.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough and bumpy ride out there. That's what the drivers are thinking. And some new names for this weekend as well. We've got Martin Stesks back in the M Sport car and Nasser Al-Attiyah as well. He's back in business. So much experience out there in the desert. It's going to be amazing to bring that to the team.
Oh, it was so good to see him at Shakedown today. You know, he's in his early 50s and he was so excited to be back in WRC, and multiple Middle Eastern champion, multiple Dakar champion, rally raid champion. You know, he's got it all. He's got so much experience and he knows how to navigate through, especially the desert areas.
Now, I think that's the national anthem, so we're going to stop and have a listen to that.
الترحيب أصحاب المعالي والحضور الكريم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. للمرة الأولى في التاريخ.
Welcome everybody to spectacular Saudi Arabia, the final round of the FIA World Rally Championship. This is the ceremonial start ahead of the opening stage of the event, and we're about to welcome the crews over the start ramp and get a few words to them ahead of what is going to be a pretty epic adventure. It is going to be a challenge of a final round, and I know we use the word challenge quite often in rallying, but it really is going to be a massive challenge this weekend.
صاحب السمو الملكي الأمير عبد العزيز بن تركي الفيصل، وزير الرياضة، رئيس اللجنة الأولمبية والبارالمبية السعودية، صاحب السمو الأمير سعود بن عبد الله بن منصور بن جلوي محافظ جدة، أصحاب السمو، أصحاب المعالي والسعادة، ضيوفنا الكرام، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. يسعدني أن أرحب بكم جميعا في هذه المناسبة التاريخية التي تستضيف فيها المملكة الجولة الختامية من بطولة العالم للراليات تحت مسمى رالي السعودية 2025 بدعم من وزارة الرياضة وجميل لرياضة المحركات، في حدث عالمي يؤكد ما وصلت إليه بلادنا من مكانة رائدة في تنظيم واستضافة أبرز البطولات الرياضية والدولية. إن استضافت المملكة لبطولة العالم للراليات لمدة 10 سنوات ليست حدثاً عابراً، بل محطة فارقة في مسيرة رياضة المحركات السعودية، وترجمة حقيقية لرحلة التطور والنمو التي يشهدها القطاع رياضة المحركات في وطننا الغالي ضمن مسيرة رؤية المملكة 2030 التي جعلت من الرياضة أحد ركائز جودة الحياة ومجالاً رحباً للإبداع والتميز ومصدر للفخر لكل أبناء هذا الوطن. حضورنا الكريم، إن ما نشهده اليوم من إنجازات متتالية في القطاع الرياضي ما كان ليتحقق لولا الدعم السخي من مولاي خادم الحرمين الشريفين الملك سلمان بن عبد العزيز حفظه الله، وسمو سيدي ولي العهد الأمير محمد بن عبد العزيز حفظه الأمير محمد بن سلمان بن عبد العزيز حفظهم الله، والمتابعة المستمرة من صاحب السمو الملكي الأمير عبد العزيز بن تركي وزير الرياضة، الذين جعلوا من المملكة وجهة رياضية عالمية وبيئة مثالية تحتضن مختلف المسابقات والبطولات. وفي الختام يسعدني أن أرحب بجميع المشاركين والإعلاميين من داخل المملكة ومن خارجها، متمنيا للجميع التوفيق، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
An official welcome to the start of Rally Saudi Arabia there. As we said, we're gearing up for the ceremonial start, and here we go with the first of our cars.
وأهلا وسهلا بكم. للمرة الأولى في التاريخ تحط بطولة العالم للراليات رحالها في أرض المملكة العربية السعودية بعد 13 جولة زارت أصقاع الأرض.
Middle Eastern champion last year, Giovanni Bernacchini alongside him. It's great to welcome him back to the WRC. I'm Bex Williams, ready to talk you through this opening ceremony. Alongside me is Mike Chen.
رالي السعودية لموسم 2025 من بطولة العالم للراليات الجولة الرابعة عشر الختامية من هذا الموسم والتي يترقبها.
We are going to be welcoming groupings of drivers up onto the stage.
أفضل السائقين في العالم، أقوى الفرق، أكثر السيارات المتقدمة تقنيا في عالم الراليات.
So Abdulaziz Al Kawari, Hamza Bakashab, Safid Al Mouri and Ihab Al Sharafa joining us on the stage right now.
ستأخذنا هذه جولة جديدة من بطولة العالم للراليات عبر أماكن
It's the calm before the storm, Chenny, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, Bex. And
good evening, Saudi Arabia. For the first time, the roar of the World Rally Championship reaches the heart of Saudi Arabia. After 13 rounds around the globe, the final destination is here. Welcome to the 2025 WRC final round. It is an honor to welcome you to the opening ceremony of the 2025 WRC Rally Saudi of Arabia, the final round of this year's World Rally Championship. Today we celebrate this historic event, and we start, ladies and gentlemen, with the local. We meet the real stars. We begin with the introductions of the crews who will be fighting for the glory here in Saudi Arabia.
البداية ستكون مع الأبطال المحليين والأبطال العرب. معنا في هذه المجموعة 3 سائقين. معنا من دولة قطر الشقيقة بطل الشرق الأوسط السابق البطل عبد العزيز الكواري والملاح الإيطالي جوفاني برناكيني. وأيضا معنا
Okay, nice wave to the crowd from Abdulaziz Al-Kouari. Always good to see Giovanni Bernacchini as well, one of the super experienced co-drivers within the World Championship.
Yeah, and as I was just about to say, Bex, is for these guys, you know, they're used to the conditions out here. It's those who haven't been here before. They're the ones who are really heading into the unknown. And to be honest, if I was any of the WRC drivers at the moment, I'd be tapping up these guys for as much advice as possible on how to deal with these stages.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You're trying to get any bit of advice you possibly can.
We would like to have a word with the pilots, so maybe if they can come up the stage, please. We would like to take a word with them.
Okay, hopefully, guys, you're going to join Augustina,
thank you
and
so
we'll
much.
be able to get a few words with the drivers ahead of the event. Let's find out how they're feeling.
إذا خلال الأيام المقبلة ستأخذنا هذه الجولة جديدة من بطولة العالم للراليات عبر أماكن رائعة من الجبال إلى الصحراء.
I think we were going to hear from them, but now we're not. I think we are speeding things up, and they're going to be heading off because we do have a super special stage coming up. Stage 1 is starting in just over an hour's time, or just under an hour's time.
Yeah, exactly. It's a tight time schedule out there, guys.
It is. You need to keep it moving, and they are doing that. So these guys are moving off. But we will be hearing from some of our crews on this start line. Ceremonial start of Saudi Arabia. Big questions though this weekend about who is going to take the title. We've been discussing it for weeks, haven't we? And you're coming into a brand new event here. Other than, you know, some of the local guys and people who have been here before, and some of the teams obviously sent out crews. Hannanen competed here for Toyota earlier on this year when it ran as a candidate event. There's very little prior knowledge as to what the crews can expect.
Yeah, exactly, Bex, and I think as well it's what they can expect with a Rally 1 car, you know. So for sure, you get as much data and glean as much information as you can from coming out here during the year and trying to understand the terrain and what it's like to give yourself the best chance when you come out. And you're quite right, Juho Hannanen spent a lot of time out here gathering data for Toyota, and that'll be an advantage to them for sure. M Sport really haven't been in that position, you know, so they're coming out a little bit more blind, but they've also got Nasser Al-Attiyah this weekend, and he'll bring a vast amount of experience as well. But you're right, in the main, the Rally 1 crews, with so much at stake this weekend, Bex, are going into the unknown.
They really are. We welcome then the crews from QMMF, Rashid Al-Mahadi and Mohamed Al-Mari onto the stage.
A couple of Peugeot 208 Rally 4s.
And you've got co-driving for Rashid, Shimon Gospacek, who is co-driver for Miko Marchik in the European Championship, but also a man who has incredible cross-country experience under his belt. Another super experienced co-driver, and sometimes, Jenny, they are the jewel in the crown, are they not?
Oh, absolutely, particularly in this kind of terrain, Bex, as well. You know, 100%. So for sure, I think the co-driver is the jewel in the crown, non-stop wherever you go, frankly. The unsung heroes. These little Peugeots are in for a hard time this weekend because the surface of the stages is really going to, in some places, rut up. We're going to see lots of rocks getting pulled out. and particularly with Rally 1 cars going through before them, really churning up the surface of the road. Those cars that are running a little bit later on, they're going to get bruised, shall we say.
We've got 17 stages for you here at the final round. As I said, we kick off with the Super Special stage this evening, and that is coming up.
Yes, it's time for
our coverage beginning of that 8:30 local time, 7:40 right now.
Musa Sherif from Italy, Matteo Fontana and Alessandro Arnaboldi, also WRC 3 champions, and Giorgio Vasilakis and Alan Harriman.
معنا من الهند في السيارة رقم 45 نافين.
Yeah, this is Naveen, who we're seeing here right now, piloting the Rally 3 Ford Fiesta. It is going to be 3 Ford Fiesta Rally 3s that we see on stage, including, of course, Matteo Fontana, who sealed the WRC 3 championship at the last round at Rally Japan. Really successful campaign in 2025 for Matteo and Alessandro.
Yeah, really mature drive in Japan, Bex, wasn't it? He wasn't taking any risks at all, tiptoeing that Fiesta around to make sure he could seal the deal and get the job done. And here this weekend to get some solid experience under his belt of this kind of terrain.
And that is co-driver Alan Harriman. You can see there George Vasilakis just joining him. Some photo opportunities here. But Matteo and George both telling me at Rally Japan how much they're looking forward to the adventure that they would have here. They didn't have a huge amount of knowledge as to what was going to happen, and neither do we right now. We're all going to be watching and learning together.
Yeah, Georgios will be absolutely loving this. He's a man who loves a bit of adventure. You can see him there just making his way back down to the that orange Rally 3 Fiesta at the end.
In his home country of Greece.
And yeah, he'll be having a lot of fun. I think really, Bex, a lot of this weekend, it's as much about just getting to the finish as it is about getting a result, because it really is an adventure, isn't it? As you say, stepping into the unknown and taking a rally car where we haven't been for a long, long time. And of course, the technology has moved on a long way since we were rallying on this kind of terrain. The closest we came to was Rally Jordan, and that was 15 odd years ago. So things have changed a lot since then. So for sure, it's going to be exciting and an adventure for a lot of these drivers and co-drivers.
معنا المتسابق بورسو ستكايا من تركيا والملاح.
This is great to see. Bertu Chetinkaya, then Fabrizia Pons, who are competing together here. Fabrizia, of course, such a powerhouse of a name in co-driving and female co-driving, sat alongside Michelle Mouton.
Awful lot of experience in there. She's seen so much, hasn't she? Fabrizia Pons is rallying royalty.
Fabrizia Pons. Throughout her career, she has established herself as a multiple champion, recognized as one of the most iconic female figures in motorsport.
Absolutely.
Couldn't say it better myself.
She has returned. She is here. She is in Saudi Arabia. The girls are also in Saudi Arabia on the car.
Yeah, you can see that women power on the car, and it certainly is. It's a powerhouse of a car with Bertu Chetinkaya, who is, of course, part of the FIA Women in Motorsport.
والآن سيارة ستروين التي تحمل الرقم 46 على المنصة.
Into the Rally 2 cars now, Bex. A couple of Citroens from Sarazan Motorsport. Adrian Mosca and Pablo Sarazan as well, pulling up there in the yellow car with iron links down the side.
Adrian Mosca من فرنسا والملاح الإيطالي أنطونيو غورغيليو سيارة ستروين C3 بالفئة RC2. طبعا يمثل رالي السعودية نقطة تحول في مسيرة أدريان موسكا، إذ أن هذه المشاركة الأولى له على مستوى بطولة العالم للراليات، بعدما اقتصرت مشاركاته التي تعود إلى العام 2022 على المشاركة في بطولتي فرنسا للراليات الإسفلتية والحصوية.
While we get ready for the super special, we are greeting our crews from France, Adrien Mosca and Anthony Gorgillo, Pablo Sarrazin and Yannick Roche. Okay, they have participated in events like the Rally of Mont Blanc Mousine, and it said debut at the WRC here in Rally in Saudi Arabia. Now Pablo Sarrazin, young French rally driver, third generation of his family to enter the professional motor racing.
إذا معنا أيضا في السيارة رقم 30 من فريق سارازان موتور سبورت، معنا بابلو سارازان وبايكروش، هذا السائق الذي ورث حب الراليات من والده بعد مشاركته في راليات المحلية في لاتفيا ثم في بلاده في فرنسا. الموسم الحالي يمثل المشاركة
It's going to be a huge challenge out there for anyone who's, even if they have experience here, when you're looking at young drivers like Pablo Sarrazin, he's an exciting driver to watch. It'll be really interesting. You mentioned strategy and being a clever driver. It's not all about speed. When you don't have a huge amount of experience under your belt, it is tough. Now, we welcome to the stage Miguel Granados and Mark Marti, who are the WRC Masters drivers. Champions for 2025. Mark claimed the title actually back in Chile, but Miguel had to wait.
في فئة الأساتذة الماسترز على مستوى العالم ويحتل حاليا المركز الأول في ترتيب هذه الفئة.
But now we can confirm him as champion, and there will be a presentation here.
Okay, now here you are, Spain and Mexico right here with Miguel Granados and Mark Marti, and with Alejandro Mauro and Adrián Pérez. And it is with, this is one of the most special moments of the ceremony because this is an award that he deserves. And he deserves it because he represents the pure essence of rallying. Experience, perseverance, passion. We are talking about WRC drivers, winners, Master Cup. How are you, Miguel? Are you happy?
Yeah, very happy to be here. And last round of the season, as you know, we are already champions. So I'm really, really happy to be in Saudi.
Okay, we are gonna be celebrating with you. Peter Toole, Senior Director of Sports of WRC Promoter, is gonna be giving you the WRC Master Drivers winners. Are you ready? Peter, please, come on. Okay, congratulations, he says. He's a champion. He got it already in Chile. Mark, you got it already. Both champions. And that's a way to start the Saudi Arabia Rally. Already a champion. Already celebrating here. Miguel, thank you. Thank you so much. Are you happy?
Yep, really, really happy. I couldn't imagine this. So really happy and well deserved by
both of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
إذا أعزائنا ميغيل فرناندوس الذي كان قد ضمن في الجولة الماضية اللقب بطولة الأساتذة الماسترز للسائقين التي تزيد أعمارهم عن 50 عام يشاركوا في بطولة العالم للراليات. وكما ذكرنا أعزائنا ميغيل فرناندوس من المكسيك يجلس إلى جانبه الملاح الإسباني صاحب الخبرة الكبيرة مارك مارتي. هو يشارك في السعودية كما ذكرنا على سيارة سكودا فابيا RS، السيارة التي تصنف بفئة الرالي 2. أيضا لدينا على المنصة السيارة التي تحمل الرقم 35 إلى جانبها سيارة الفريق أليخاندرو ماورو.
So very well deserved there in the Masters category.
من إسبانيا على سيارة سكودا RS. هذا السائق بعد تركيزه على المشاركة.
And now they're going to have to get back into their cars, I think, after a little bit of a photo opportunity and make their moves. Not too far away to the Super Special stage, Jenny. It's very, very close by the service park. It is just, in fact, next door, the opening stage of the event.
Yeah, they'll literally come off this start ramp back into the service park very, very briefly, then straight back round to the start of the first Super Special stage. Interesting stage as well, Bex. Big, wide areas, but it's all surrounded by, it's made up by concrete bollards. A lot of opportunity to make mistakes, lots of square left, square rights as you'd expect, but 5 kilometres, it's going to be a difficult stage to navigate. A lot of opportunity to lose rather than gain, I think.
Yes, certainly.
Also, we have a Paraguayan there who says present, who is here in Saudi Arabia for the first time, enjoying the challenge.
أيضا يتحضر في هذه الأثناء لصعود المنصة من المنطقة من
So Miguel
الخليج
and Alejandro
العربي
lead the
وتحديدا
stage.
من دولة قطر الشقيقة.
And if you are just joining us, this is the opening ceremony for Rally Saudi Arabia, the final round of the FIA World Rally Championship. We are awaiting the opening stage of competition ahead of 3 days of desert tracks and a full-on adventure.
خبرة في بطولة الشرق الأوسط للراليات كان قد أحرز هذا الموسم لقب بطولة الأساتذة في بطولة الشرق الأوسط للراليات. لدى ناصر خليفة تاريخ عريق، إرث كبير في رياضة السيارات مع مشاركاته التي تعود إلى تسعينات القرن الماضي.
So we greet Nasser Khalifa Al Attiyah
لعام 1993 بعد تعادله بالنقاط مع حامل اللقب حينها الذي سبق له المشاركة في جولتين أيضا من بطولة العالم للأساتذة الماسترز عام 2023. يجلس إلى جانبه الملاح اللبناني الصديق وصاحب الخبرة الكبيرة زياد شهاب.
Nasser Khalifa Al Attiyah and Siav Shehab are a Qatari driver and a Lebanese co-driver duo competing and rallying, most notably World Rally Championship, Rally Saudi Arabia 2025, and the Middle East Rally Championship. This duo enter a Ford Fiesta Rally 2 car. They are ready.
أمنياتنا بالتوفيق لأبو خليفة. كانت حرارته مرتفعة اليوم 40. سلامات. والتوفيق إذن للثنائي العربي ناصر خليفة العطية من دولة قطر وزياد شهاب من الجمهورية اللبنانية.
Okay, now yes, after Qatar and after Lebanon, it's Spain and it's Paraguay.
So Nasser heads off. Bit of experience in that car again of this terrain. Next up, Miguel Diaz-Aboites, Diogo Dominguez, Jan Solons and Alejandro Cachon, all in a brace of Rally 2 cars, all Toyota Yaris's. And again, this is new terrain for all of these guys.
And it is royalty that is flagging off these cars on start ramp this evening. HRH Prince Khalid bin Sultan Ala Dawla Al Faisal is flagging off the cars, which is pretty impressive to see.
في رالي السعودية في الفئة ذاتها على سيارة تويوتا جي ار يارس. أيضا معنا على المنصة في السيارة رقم 34 السيارة السوداء اللون.
I think we have such an incredible wealth of talent that has come up onto the stage right now. I was delighted, I think, as many were, to see Alejandro Cachon take his first WRC2 victory just a few weeks ago at Rally Japan. Jan Solons is already proven WRC2 winner. Diego Dominguez, a former WRC3 champion.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see what Alejandro Cachon can do this weekend, Bex, because traditionally very, very good on sealed surface events. This doesn't get much more out of his comfort zone, perhaps snow, but interesting to see what he can do after doing so well in Japan and frankly should have won in CER as well. But as you said, there is a wealth of experience up there.
Seeing you right now through Rally TV.
أيضا معنا في السيارة التي تحمل الرقم 27 ومكتوب عليها love.
But again, it's going to be all about knowing when to push the car, knowing when to lean on it, and so much opportunity for things to go wrong out there. It's going to be such a massive learning weekend for all of these boys.
الإسباني شارك ب 30 رالي في مسيرته وجاءت أول مشاركة له في رالي كاتالونيا عام 2017. شارك في 30 جولة.
Clubbing together, tighter for the photographs at the front. I love the fact everyone is happy right now, aren't they? Big smiles ahead of it all. Is that still going to hold play come the end of tomorrow?
They are ready. They are ready. Ready to rally.
أيضا في السيارة التي تحمل الرقم 29.
And if you're just joining us, we will be rallying this evening. The stage that will kick us off tonight is Super Special Stage 1. The Jamil Motorsport Super Special will be up and running in around about 35 minutes time.
بدأ مسيرته في بطولة العالم في عام 2022 مع مشاركات متفرقة وهو يقود بحساب فريق تويوتا إسبانيا في موسم 2025.
So the guys get back into their cars and are officially flagged away from the ceremonial start.
المشاركة في 11 رالي في بطولة العالم كما أنه حقق فوزه الأول على الإطلاق في فئة الرالي 2 في الجولة الماضية في اليابان.
Strange as well, Bex. We're obviously working 24 hours earlier than we would do, doing this on a Wednesday evening. A lot of the drivers are a little bit out of kilter, saying going into a stage on a Wednesday night is odd for them.
A Polish, a British, a Swedish. They're already Daniel Swish and Kamil Heller, both from Poland. They form a competition team that has participated in several World Rally Championship events. And Gus Greensmith, British driver, began his career in karting and made his WRC debut in 2014. Joining him, his experienced Swedish co-driver, Jonas Andersson, with over 20 years of experience in nearly 200 rallies under his belt.
إذا في السيارة رقم 31 أول سيارة معنا دانيال شويست من بولندا والملاح كامل هيلر على سيارة سكودا. شارك للمرة الأولى سائق السيارة رقم 31 في بطولة العالم للراليات في عام 2021 ثم عاد في عام 2023 ليواصل المشاركة حتى الآن ضمن صفوف فريقه الخاص في الموسم الحالي. يمثل رالي السعودية المشاركة الثانية له في بطولة العالم للراليات حيث شارك فقط في رالي كينيا على متن سيارة سكودا. أما السيارة رقم 25
WRC events, over 200 starts.
Yeah, one of the most experienced co-drivers there is. Jonas has been around for a long, long time. Gus is in safe hands with Jonas this weekend. And Gus loves these kind of events, loves the sense of adventure. You ask him, regardless of the result, he loves going to Kenya, Sweden, loves being in Japan as well. So it's not been the best year, I think, for Gus, results-wise. So he'll be looking to end on a high. He went really well in shakedown as well this morning, Beck. So
he did win in Kenya, and we are kind of bearing a bit of comparison in a small way. Oh, it is a small way, I know, but
there's more rocks and stuff to hit here, basically. I think you're more likely to pick up a puncture or to pull a wheel off here than you are in Kenya. But you're right, in terms of the dust and everything else, there is an element of that. For me, it's a little bit more like the old Turkey or Greece. It's very, very rough. And we'll see that tomorrow, particularly on stages 4 and 7. It is brutally rough there.
And I think, that has really been brought to the fore, hasn't it?
Young Estonian driver who won 2022 Junior WRC and his first WRC2 event in 2025, Rally of Estonia.
معنا الآن
Nikolai Greisinen and Robert Verves.
المتسابق
Nikolai chose a different tactic to his other title contenders in WRC2 this year. Back heavy, really, weighted his season with point-scoring events. Unfortunately, it didn't play out for him. Oliver Solberg took the WRC2 title, but we still have seen strong performances from Greisen, just unfortunately not enough to be able to match Solberg. And for Robert Verves, what an incredible performance at his home event in Estonia, taking the top honours there, his first WRC2 victory. That really was something very special indeed.
Team manager, also please, Robert, Nikolai, to the stage to receive the 2025 WRC2 team champions. To the prize, please, to the stage.
So this is for TopSport. They are the 2025 WRC2 Teams Champions.
The WRC promoter is going to be handing you this prize. You are Team Champions TopSport. We're going to give it up for them.
فريق TopSport أحرز لقب الفرق في بطولة FIA.
Good result for TopSport this year, Bex. They're a well-established team within the WRC, just been going from strength to strength, haven't they? And let's see what they can bring out next year. You're right about Nikolai Greisen as well.
Thank you so much,
I think his pace has been really good, isn't it?
It has, yeah.
But I think the strategy they've played about back-ending his season and basically their idea was they're going to score lots of points toward the end of the year. I get it, but also what it did was it took the pressure off Oliver Solberg as well. So that was one less man that was really pressuring Oliver, who was busy getting his head down and scoring points. So
I think, the Estonian event didn't help him because it was a second point scoring event and it was just unfortunately a bit of a disaster. It's just the way it works sometimes, isn't it? But yeah, there's no disputing his pace out there. Team photo then, and I'm sure celebrations will happen after this event. But for right now, they are being recognised as the WRC2 Team Champions for 2025, and that is TopSport.
العلامات الفارقة على صعيد بطولة العالم للراليات وقوة يخشى جانبها. هذا الفريق أيضا اللي شاهدناه يشارك في عدد من جولات بطولة الشرق الأوسط.
Plenty more cars, obviously, to make their way over the ramp. We are going to be welcoming some more WRC2 drivers, and then they will be followed by our Rally 1 crews.
They are leaving the stage. Nikolai Graysim, Robert Burbs, they're co-drivers, and we are ready to go. Okay, now it's turn for Fabio Schwartz and Pascal Rabe, German driver and co-driver, pairing competing in this WRC, in a WRC2 support category. They will compete in card number 32. Kajtan Kajtanovic, 4-time Polish national champion, 3-time European rally champion, with Maciek Szczepaniak.
إذن على السيارة رقم 32 اسم أيضا له صولات وجولات على ساحة الراليات، ورث حب الراليات من والده.
Fabio Schwartz, great to see him here in Saudi Arabia, as is Kaito Kajtanovic, who we welcome onto the stage also.
Young versus old there, Bex, and Kaito won't mind me saying that.
I was going to say it, and I held back, but you just bowl in there, kid.
He's got a few years on Fabio, hasn't he? And it's nice to see Fabio Schwartz doing so many WRC events, and really now he's becoming ingrained in the World Rally Championship, isn't he? Obviously the son of Armin Schwartz, very famous WRC driver back in the day, rallied all sorts of different machinery, and Fabio trying to follow in his father's footsteps, and that man there, Oliver Solberg, arrives as WRC2 champion, and next year he will be in the seat of a Rally 1 Toyota. It's going to be incredibly exciting, Bex, to see what he can do.
Yeah, he is just living his dream right now, isn't he? What an incredible 2025 season for Oliver Solberg, and he's got a huge amount to look forward to in 2026.
You know all the hype that was around Kalle Rovanperä when he first arrived? Everyone was so excited about him. For me, I feel the same way about Oliver Solberg going into Rally 1 next year. I think he's going to do the same thing.
Rally fans all over the world who are following WRC, and of course our WRC2 champion Oliver Solberg and co-driver Elliot Edmondson driving a Toyota right now and signing for 2026 as a P1, all ready for them. Thank you guys, thank you so much.
It's Rupert Korhonen there as well. Korhonen's had a good season. We've seen him compete in the European Championship as well. And, you know, winning there, but also taking WRC2 victory in Finland, his home event. That was, you know, incredibly special to see that.
It was a great drive from Rupert Korhonen in Finland, Bex. Absolutely right. There was a lot of pressure on there, and he held it, got the victory at home, and that's we've seen that quite a bit in Rally 2 this year, haven't we? People winning on their home events, taking their first win on their home events, and yeah, special. Remember that name, Rupert Korhonen.
Yeah, it was good to see. It was Robert Verves in Estonia, of course, and then Finland, Rupert Korhonen, both winning their first WRC2 events and at home. So definitely special season, and we look forward to seeing them, of course, next year. Now, time to welcome the Rally 1 cars onto the stage, and we will be hearing from the drivers here.
Come in. Hello. Hi, Greg. Hi, guys. How are you?
ناصر يعطيك العافية. رالي مش سهل، صحيح انت ربحت الرالي التجريبي اللي صار بطول الشرق الاوسط من اشهر، ولكن الرالي هذا مختلف، نوعية الطرقات اكثر ونوعية المنافسة. رأيك بالرالي بشكل عام، وماذا يعني لك ان تكون حاضر اليوم في المملكة العربية السعودية في هذا اليوم التاريخي الكبير؟
طبعا اول شيء كل الشكر للمسؤولين على إقامة هذا الحدث الجميل، وخاصة يعني الجولة من جولات بطولة العالم والنسخة الأخيرة خلال هذه السنة، يعني وفي منافسة قوية. يعني أنت اليوم يعني الكل سعيد بتواجدهم في بلدنا الثاني في المملكة، ويعطيهم ألف عافية. يعني الرالي راح يكون شيق، راح يكون في نفس الوقت صعب من حرارة الجو، من سرعة المراحل وجمال صحراء جدة. يعني
شو الرالي مش سرعة بس، بده استراتيجية وبده خطة.
أكيد طبعا هذا الرالي يعني أعتبره إنه يعني لابد إنه تكون ذكي في هذه الجولة. طبعا الليفل أنت عارفه، يعني الكل يبغي يدعس والكل يبغي يكون هو الأول، لكن طبعا تضاريس الطبيعة راح تكون صعبة.
الله يوفقك أبو شعيب.
حبيبي شكرا.
Okay, Martin, welcome back. Your last round was Finland, so are you happy to be back? And what's the challenge for this weekend?
Well, yeah, it's been a few months off Puma, but it's been great. And Shakedown today was also surprisingly well. I think we felt at home already, and just looking forward.
What's the expectation for next year?
Let's see. We have to finish this on high, and then we see.
We should not hurry to say anything about 2026.
Because I have nothing to say, really. That's the funny thing.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. We are all set. We are all ready. Thank you. Final photo?
Thank you very much and good luck.
Final photo for them? Okay, we have it. I think we have it. Thank you so much. The M Sport Ford World Rally team. We are ready for Josh McAlean and Ewan Tracy, Greg Van Munster and Louis Luca, Martin Sesk and Rena Francis, Nasser Alatia and Candido Carrera. It's been a pleasure to have you guys here on stage, and it will be a pleasure seeing you rally on the next days.
على المنصة كان معنا فريق M Sport، فريق فورد.
Be interesting to see what M Sport can do out there. Great to see them fielding 4 cars as well on the final round.
Yeah, brilliant to have Nasser Alatir and Martin Sesks joining Gregoire Munster and Josh McAlean. And again, Bex, I'll always say it, the more cars that you've got running, the more opportunity you've got to gather data. And that's, I think, where M Sport have been on the back foot. You know, this year, Hyundai and Toyota have always had more cars to run. And M Sport have only been running 2 cars. So to have 4 this weekend is brilliant. They're going to learn an awful lot. What can they do remains to be seen, and I think there's different strategies in play here. You've got obviously Kadirov and Perez, Sebastian Ogier, Elvin Evans pushing really hard for championships. These guys don't have to push flat out and can perhaps get a result through capitalising on the mistakes of others. And yeah, remains to be seen, but brilliant to have 4 Rally 1 M Sport Pumas out this weekend.
They'll be making their way now to get prepared for the Super Special stage. If you're just coming into coverage, welcome along everyone to the final round. We are building up with the opening ceremony here ahead of what will be the Super Special stage this evening, the Jameel Motorsport Super Special stage, which will kick off proceedings. And then, of course, 3 days of a really tough adventure out there. We'll find out who will be champion come the end of the weekend. It's going to be a lot of twists and turns along the way, I'm sure.
Okay,
you can't write the script for this final round.
Shell Movis World Rally Team. Oy Tanak, Martin Diaberyoya, Thierry Neuville and Martin Wittege, Adrien Formand and Alexander Correa.
Oy Tanak drives that Hyundai up onto the stage for the last time, for a while at least, shall we say, Bex? What's he going to do in the future? But announced in Japan, just after Japan, that he was going to take a bit of sabbatical from rallying. I certainly hope we'll see him back, because he's one of the naturally fastest men to sit inside a World Rally car.
We're going to wait for Oyd.
And there's a lot of hunger on that stage, Bex. Obviously, Thierry hasn't won a rally at all this year after winning the championship last year. Adrien Formand is still hunting for his first win, and Oyd Tanak would love to go out with a bang, wouldn't he? So, you know, all of those guys are going to be pushing flat out with nothing to lose, frankly, this weekend.
Hi, Oyd. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Okay, you announced in Japan that you're going to take a break from the championship, at least for now. How tough was that decision, and how's the strategy for the final?
Yeah, obviously it's a big decision. Been here for a long time, to be honest, and a bit needed time at the moment. But anyhow, still one more race to go, and this one is a tricky one, so still needs full focus and full effort.
You know, some of the fans are really sad. Can you let them a message? Like right now, a message for them. They're gonna miss you at WRC.
Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, I've really enjoyed my time here, and definitely, very grateful for all the fans supporting us. So it's been great time, and I mean, yeah, I'm really happy, to have all this experience.
Thank you.
And we move around, I think.
Hey, we're going with Thierry.
There we go.
We're gonna ask Thierry. Okay, I'm going. Okay. What are your thoughts about Saudi Arabia?
Obviously, it's a new adventure for me. First time here in the country, and really excited about the challenge which is ahead of us. The stages looks very beautiful, very demanding. That's those adventures we like. So hopefully we can have a trouble-free run, enjoy that one. It's the last one of the season, and bring home some good results for the team.
What happens in the career, in the life of a driver when a year is really good, like 2024, and 2025 it's a little bit more challenging?
Obviously, 25 was a tough year for us. Nothing really worked our way, and we never got into the good mood. But in life sometimes you need to do reset, set back, start from new, and that's why we are super happy that it's the last race of the year. We will work hard over the winter together with the team to improve our package, and always put yourself also in the question and look where you can improve, and then we will be there for a new push next year.
Okay, go for it. Push for it. Thank you so much. Okay,
yeah, he's got one shot trying to get a victory on the board, though, hasn't he? And that is this weekend.
Ready, the Hyundai Shell.
As he said, it's not been the year they would have hoped for, of course not. The defence of the title, and as yet, there is no win for the defending champions.
To be honest, Bex, it's only Oyt Tanak who's won a rally for Hyundai. Hyundai have only won one rally this year. It's been, that doesn't reflect their natural pace. The car's quicker than that, but you've got to bring the whole package. You've been saying it throughout the year. And, Oyt Tanak won in Greece for Hyundai. It's been a bit of a bogey year, so they'll be looking to end on a high. And as Thierry Neuville just said, get to the end of the year, regroup, reset, and come back stronger with a plan and stick to it, because they need a strong 2026.
They do. They absolutely do. And you can guarantee that they will be looking to do that. And of course, we will find out, I'm sure, in the next few weeks, who will be taking Oyt Tanak's seat at Hyundai. As he said, though, tough decision to make. But it has been made, and now we all look to the future and see what will happen. But not before the end of this weekend, because who knows, could Oyt Tanak put it on the top step of the podium on his final event for now in the WRC.
لأوت تاناك خلال مشاركته رقم 175 والأخيرة على ساحة بطولة العالم للراليات.
Oyt drives the car away, and the next team we will welcome to the stage are the 2025 Manufacturers Champions, and that is, of course, Toyota. And we will be crowning a Toyota driver and co-driver champion this weekend. Elvin Evans, Sebastian Ogier, and Kalle Rovanperä all in contention for the crown. Penny for the thoughts of these guys right now. They look all pretty cool, don't they? Calm, sauntering onto the stage.
Elvin Evans and Scott Martin, Sebastian
Elvin is, of course, the championship leader, 3-point advantage over Sebastian Ogier.
I think Elvin's remarkably calm this weekend, Bex, and like I said during the Shakedown commentary this morning, it takes quite a lot to rattle him. Doesn't take much messing. Let's hear from him.
3 points. It's a challenging moment.
Yeah, I think it's all to play for this weekend. Obviously, there's a tough weekend ahead of us, so we'll do what we can. But I think it's very open, I would say, for the championship at the moment.
Is the pressure building, or are you feeling calm?
I'm feeling okay at the moment, but I'm sure
when the stages start to get tough, we'll definitely be feeling it then.
Thank you so much. I wish you the best. Okay?
Yeah, 3-point advantage.
Seb? He's coming. Huh? Okay. Okay, we're gonna go with Kale, not just the final round for you. Yes, I know, Kale, but I lost Seb.
There's a lot of people on this stage this evening.
I always lose you. Okay, not just the final round, but also your last event in the WRC for now. How are you feeling about that? It's like double, just fighting for the title and knowing it's the last one.
Yeah, obviously it's gonna be an interesting weekend. Rally looks to be tough, and yeah, still a lot to fight for. Obviously not the best chances, but for sure our last rally with Jonne, so we will do all we can to have a good result, and then we will see what we get with that.
Well, you are already a winner. 2025 winner of the Wolf Power Stage. Most stage wins. Trophy is presented to Kale Robampera by Frederick de Gras, Head Global Marketing at Wolf Oil Corporation, who is right here to hand you, Kale, most stage wins. Winner of Wolf Power Stage to both driver and co-driver. Thank you so much.
معنا كالي روبامبيرا اللي أعلن أيضا ابتعاده عن الراليات وتركيزه على سباقات المقعد الأحادي سباقات الفورمولا.
So already collecting an award before the rally's even started.
Yeah, Kale and Jonne have just got to go flat out, drive the washers off that thing all weekend. It's a slightly different strategy, I think, for Elvin and Seb. It's going to be a game of cat and mouse between those guys. And I really hope that it doesn't come down to one of them picking up a mechanical issue of some sort, and that's how the gap opens up. It's going to be one of those rallies of attrition.
Thank you so much, guys. We are ready for the official picture. Thank you.
Thank you.
And for me, Bex, you know, when you look at the terrain and what we've learned about these stages so far, you'd have to say Kale and Jonne are the outsiders in this one. You can never second guess the World Rally Championship, can you?
You really can't.
I think it's going to be an incredible fight between Sebastian Ogier and Elvin Evans. They finished the Wolf Power Stage in Japan, separated by just 900ths of a second. And as far as I'm concerned, I'd love to see another fight like that this weekend.
We all want to see a great fight. You want to see the fairest fight as possible. It's going to be so tough with the terrain out there, the fact that no one has any knowledge of the stages. It is going to be a hugely demanding weekend, especially more so for the title contenders. That balance of giving it absolutely everything, but also trying to make sure they keep it on the road, try and keep out of trouble. It's a really fine balancing line that they're all going to have to toe in some way, shape or form this weekend. And for Kale Robampera, he's already talked about being emotional, you know, that it is going to be the final round for him, for now at least, as he pursues a different career behind the wheel.
Asking for one more picture, please.
But he'll be giving it everything this weekend to try and take a third driver's title.
And we are ready to go.
Tell you what, you just cannot call it. You really cannot.
It's official, it's happening. It's round 14 here in Saudi Arabia for the first time. Right on stage, Toyota Gazoo Racing, thank you. Takamoto Katsuta, Aaron Johnston, Sami Payari, Marco Saminen, Kale Robampera, and Jonne Haltinen, Sebastian Ogier and Vincent Londe, Elvin Evans and Scott Martin.
Toyota are, of course, the manufacturers' champions for 2025. A hugely successful season. They've all won all but one event out there so far this year. Who will take the victory, though, at this final round in Saudi Arabia? Who will be crowned champion? There's a lot of questions coming into this one, but we will get the answers by Saturday. Don't forget, Saturday is the final day of the rally here. We kickstart tonight. The super special stage is coming up in around about 10 minutes' time. We're going to get underway with the coverage of the opening stage of the event before the guys take a well-earned rest ahead of the desert stages.
Ladies and gentlemen, With great pride, we officially declare the 2025 Saudi Arabia WRC Open. Thank you so much for joining us.
And there we go. With that, we are officially underway. So not too long before we get into the coverage of the opening stage of the event. That super special stage, the Jamil Motorsport Super Special, is coming up for you. And as we watch the final throws here of the ceremonial start, we will be heading in to the service park one final time before we head. Let's cross out then to Kiribati.
Yeah, one final time down here at the start ramp before we head into the stage. Thanks so much, guys. Well, the fireworks continue just for a moment. What an incredible start to what is going to be one of the most epic weekends in terms of the battle and in terms of the stages. Just a little bit of calm before the first stage. But what is in store? Let's take a look at the maps and just let ourselves know what we can expect from the weekend.
Rally Saudi Arabia is based in the city of Jeddah on the kingdom's Red Sea coast, from where the crews will set out to tackle 17 gravel stages that total around 320 kilometres. And in a break from the traditional format, the event will run from Wednesday to Saturday. After Wednesday night's short super special on the streets of the host city, the first full day of rallying on Thursday will see 3 stages run in the morning, repeated in the afternoon after a visit to the Jeddah service park. The day will end with another sprint around the Jamil Super Special. Friday's made up of 2 loops of 3 stages, again run either side of a visit to service, and with 2 of those stages measuring around the 30-kilometre mark, this is the longest day of the event at over 140 kilometres. And so to the final day of the rally and indeed the season. Just 3 stages, but they include the longest of the events, Asfan at nearly 33 kilometres. The day starts and ends with the Thaban stage. The big question: will the bonus points available for the fastest driver on the day and in the power stage be crucial in determining who becomes the driver's world champion?
Kevin Piper there just giving us an insight into what is in store. Now we welcome a very special guest. Emir Penlan is here, but for a different reason this weekend. Emir is here as part of the nation that is following Elfyn Evans. So Emir, thank you so much for joining us. Of course you'll be with us 2026 in Monte Carlo, but for now, the championship battle. I mean, there is a weight of the nation on that man's shoulders.
Absolutely there is. And I don't know if they feel like me, but I feel like an expectant father. Honestly, so nervous for Elfyn, but I've been talking to him building up to this last week, saw him again today. He is super relaxed. Honestly, I've not seen him like this, you know. He's just so relaxed, controlled, no expectation. He's been here before, so he's come into it. He said, I'm going to do my best and let's see what happens.
Well, I feel like he's a different man. You've mentioned he's been there before. It was 2021 and 2022, the sort of Monza showdown, you know, the situation 2020, I should say, in 2021. But this, I feel like, is a different Elfyn Evans.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what a year he's had. He's been leading for most of the season. Coming here, leading the championship as well. You know, he deserves it this year. If he's going to win it any year, this is it for him. Second 4 times he's been in this championship. So I just got this gut feeling. I think it's going to be him. I saw Ogier earlier, mind. Wished him all the best as well. I didn't. I wished him all the best. And he said, listen, we all need a bit of luck on this one. It's going to be that kind of rally. So let's see how it all pans out.
Now, I think that's a really key thing. This entering into Saudi Arabia here is the unknown. The stages are brutal. That's one thing we do know. But how it's going to pan out, we don't know. And a little bit of luck is what you're going to need on your shoulder to get you through this. And this could either be Kalle or Perez. We're talking about Seb and Elfyn because the point difference is 3. But actually, Kalle 24 off. Who knows what's going to happen out there?
Yeah, honestly, I don't think it's going to be Seb or Elfyn winning. I think they're going to be second, third, fourth, fifth, who knows. But I think that's in Elfyn's favour as well. Elfyn's only had 1 puncture this year and it didn't really count too much. It was at the end of a stage and he carried on through, hardly lost any time. And that's not down to luck, I don't think. That's his style of driving. I'm not going to say he's a careful driver, but there's something about the way he gets through a stage, you know. You can't do a whole season. And how many punctures have we had this year? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody else seems to have been suffering, but Elfyn seems to be driving around the rocks somehow. I don't know. Yeah. So, again, Yes, it's going to be tough, but I think that favours Elfyn.
And this has been 11 months for the Welsh contender to watch this, because it's sort of been in his hands like it was for Thierry last year. It's been very much Elfyn's to lose all the way through.
It has been 11 months, kid. It's been 10 years. 10 years in the waiting. I've been waiting for this. No, but you're right. This year, you know, the fact that he was leading with such a prominent lead early on in the season as well, we thought, oh my God, we've been thinking it all year since then. And okay, mid-season on all those gravel events, everybody nibbled away at it, and it's down to 3 points coming into the last round. So what can you say? It couldn't really be closer. It's going to be winner takes all, isn't it, here?
Yeah, it is a bit of a Hollywood script. You couldn't write it if you tried. All right, well, the first stage is on the way. This cheeky super special, going to be a spectacle at least.
Yeah, absolutely. 4.5K, and you know what they say? You can't win a rally here, but you can certainly lose one. We've seen wheels come off in this kind of stage. I've noticed the Armco's are concrete, so that's solid. That's not going to... Yeah, you hit that. It's not going to move.
Well, Emir, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your company as well. Do not worry, in just a moment or two, we'll be into that super special. The first stage of the weekend underway very shortly.